ultimately, in making records, what people have to realize is keep it simple. People like records and songs that they can sing along to, they can dance to, and easy to remember. That is the formula for a hit record. When you get too complicated with music, you lose people. And I've learned that from being, the DJ on the radio in Miami for the last 20 plus years. Give them what they want, but keep it simple. When you get too crazy, you just don't, you lose them. That's a nice publishing check.
I wish I got it.
Well, that sucks. A lot of people, so I don't feel bad. A lot of people got fucked on their deals.
Anything to say about Bo Crane?
Sure. Listen, I'm a grown man. Business is business. I was dumb enough to sign a stupid contract. I deserve what I got. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, for me, it was a learning experience. You love to make the music, you love to do your thing, and you just want to be compensated for it. You want to be paid. And we were young and dumb. We let the going out and doing the shows and the 50 girls at the hotel cloud the fact that a lot of the money that was being made was going to the label and was going to the guys that were sitting at home not doing shit. We're the face, we're the producers, we're the DJs, we're the rap, whatever. And we weren't making the money. So it taught me in my business ventures these days, you got to do business, but you got to be fair. Because the day you start treating people wrong, either they're not going to want to work for you, they're not going to want to do, make the great music. You go and you do this now and you give everybody what they deserve, and shit will work out the right way. Because I definitely don't want to fuck anybody the way I got fucked at the beginning. My first royalty check, and I remember it perfectly, was 35 cents. 35 cents. I called Bo Crane and I said, Bo, do me a favor. Next time, buy me a fucking soda. Don't send me a check for 35 cents. But, he had the paperwork to back it up. He goes, look, this is what it is. And you got to go back and sue people and this and that. Fuck that.
Alex, you had questions, right?
Leaping into the future 25 years later.
Hey!
You've been involved with a lot of stuff. As we can see, we got Hennessy all up in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Thank God. Things have been good.
Yeah, so, like I said, going, into the future, which is the present for us 25 years later, tell the audience your ventures and where you're going to next, and what do you feel about the attempt to come back to the authentic Miami bass music?
Well, just in between all that, one of the things that I'm really proud of is, my nephew, Pitbull. I say this all the time in interviews that they do. We just did a VH1 Behind the Music thing, and when somebody has that star power, that it factor. You know what I'm saying? And I remember when I first met Chico, Uncle Luke introduced me to him. And Luke says, and I call him my nephew because he's like, we're fucking family. But Uncle Luke says to me, Laz, I got this kid, Cuban kid from the hood. This kid's dope. Bring him by. Let me hear him. And he come by the studio, and you would not have recognized the Pitbull today, the one that I met. Afro, gold teeth. I mean, insane. But the kid had that swag. He had that it factor, and starts, spitting some shit. I'm like, Spanish, English, this and that, and he starts bringing me records. And I remember the turning point for him, at least for me, with his music, when he brought me a record called Oye. And I'm listening to it, and I looked at him and I go, yo, now we got a record. And I was doing Afternoon Drive, Never forget it. Played the record in my mix show, and it was like the whole Danny D, boom, I got your girlfriend, all over, 20 years later. And everybody was like, yo, what's that record that you just played? Pop, 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 pop. And I called him up and I go, yo, I told you that this record was gonna be a problem. And he says, really? People liked it? I go, shh, watch. And the next day, kept playing in the mix show, kept playing in the mix show, and then all of a sudden, fucking the streets were talking. The streets were absolutely talking. Oh, who's this kid Pitbull? Blah, 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 blah. And he started feeling that, that, because there's a difference between getting your records played in the clubs and in the street, and then when you get the masses to hear your record. So all of a sudden the masses hear this Pitbull kid, a whole new fucking door opened up. So then he brings me the Welcome to Miami record. And basically, it was Welcome to Atlanta from Jermaine Dupri instrumental, and Chico jumped on it, and just everything about Miami was right on target with that record. He hit everything. He was talking about places that nobody had ever mentioned in music before. And that record really gave him street cred out of here. Now everybody was talking about this kid, because now he had the Oya record, which, bubbled. Then you got this Welcome to Miami record, which everybody was like, oh shit, this kid's the truth. And then the Gulo record comes out. No looking back. No looking back at all. And now he's a worldwide international superstar. And so to me, I said, shit. Dad, I remember taking Pitt on his first road shows. Luke took him with him, and then I took him to different spots. I took him out of the country, and basically, broke Pitbull in the States without a doubt. Everybody that talks all that shit about they take credit for breaking Pitbull, ask Pitt. Ask Pitt who broke him.
I think that's true people in the music business pretty much know.
No, yeah, but a lot of people try to take credit. A lot of people, but
We might have to ask you for that connection so you can tell. That's one more phone call.
but without a doubt.
Certainly Diaz brothers take a hand in that.
Oh, without a doubt. Luke introduced me to him first, but then it's funny how it happened. Within Luke calling me, I gotta say it was maybe 6 weeks later, I get a call from the Diaz brothers. And they tell me, no, I said, I met Pitt with Luke. Well, you guys are fucking with him too? They're like, yeah, we got him in the studio doing this, doing that, boom, 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 boom. And, fucking, when I went to the studio with the Diaz brothers there, with Lou and Hugo, that's basically Luke, Diaz brothers, Laz. Those are all the ingredients that Pitt needed to catapult his career.